Hello there, my beautiful Cancers. Welcome to Diamond Dragon Lady. My name is Ariel, and this is your 2024 year-long tarot forecast. We're going to be looking at some oracle, we're going to get some major keywords and energies, and we will be doing a 12-month tarot reading that includes a card for all the months, January through December, and we will be clarifying each of those cards along the way. For those of you who have not been with me for very long, I am also an astrologer, so we are going to put a little bit of astrological information in there for you as well. I do want to point out that I think this is a great tool to use, especially for Cancerians, because these little pocket planners, I love them. The Llewellyn's pocket planner is one I buy pretty much every year. And I'm not endorsed by them, but I love their little calendar, and it does help a lot for Cancers because it's going to show you all of your lunar cycles in here. You can see what day, day by day where the moon sign is, if it's a full moon, waning, waxing, etc. Super helpful little guide, and I am going to point out just a few of the things I want to make you aware of through the year as we, before we look at your cards. So big full moon eclipse seasons, we do have them this year. March 25th is a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra, and April 8th is that, resultant solar eclipse with the new moon, and that will be in Aries. So these two are going to be particularly emotional for you, Cancer, because Libra and Aries are both cardinal signs. They do create a 90-degree square to your sign, so you'll absolutely be feeling those. They will require you to release some things around relationship, especially with that Libra lunar eclipse on March 25th, because that is, lunar eclipses have us releasing, letting something go, whatever it is around relationship. It doesn't mean your relationships are going to end. It doesn't mean that everything's coming to, but it will be something there is a cleansing, a refresher, a purification kind of thing. And the new moon solar eclipse on April 8th in Aries will really increase your courage. It will encourage you to really know your true self, your true identity, and your self-worth. It's a very strong energy of encouraging more self-love. Venus will be in the sign of Cancer. That's our planet of love, relationship, and connection. That will be from June 16th to July 11th. And part of that will be during your own season. So Cancer, that's going to be a very loving month, a very good social month, a great time to get out and about. Mars, that will also be traveling through your sign this year. It doesn't always do that because it takes Mars around 2 years or so to go through all of our signs, but it will be in the sign of Cancer from September 4th to November 3rd. This is going to give you a lot of extra energy, a lot of extra drive, a lot of extra force and push to get things done. So keep in mind that Mars in Cancer, September 4th through November 3rd. Then our last lunar cycle I will tell you about, because we do have a full moon every month, we have new moon every month, you can check those in your calendars. But the lunar eclipse will be again on September 17th in the sign of Pisces. So that's going to be a very, very strong spiritual lunar eclipse. And like I said, lunar eclipses often have us releasing or letting go of some old energies. So if it's in Pisces, it's time to release maybe sorrow, sadness, anything that's had you kind of blue, right? It can also be about addictions or depression. So, letting all that kind of thing go with the lunar eclipse full moon in Pisces, September 17th. Solar eclipse resultant 2 weeks later, new moon in Libra, October 2nd. So very interesting. We have the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra on March 25th. We have the new moon solar eclipse in Libra on October 2nd. So anything that you release around relationships and the way that you relate one to another around that beginning of March, the end of March, is going to, it's going to make so much sense by October when the solar eclipse new moon comes back in Libra, because then you will be, it's kind of like breathing out and then you'll be breathing in better, more positive relationship habits and social patterns. So definitely a interesting year astrologically for you, Cancer. And as always, I do encourage you to get a calendar of any kind that shows you your lunar cycles. It's going to help you understand so much where your energy is, how you're feeling from day to day, because Cancer, you are lunar ruled. This is why I always say that Cancer is a lot like the moon. They're consistent, they're always there, just like the moon is always there, but they are moody, right? They'll show you a different phase, a different slight, shift or shade or pattern as that moon goes through its phases. So just like the moon, you're very consistent, always there, but you definitely have your moods and you have your different colors that you go through. So it's very good to learn about that. All right, Cancer, let's get into your reading. We're going to start with some oracle cards to get your main keywords. Please, Spirit, let's see what we've got for Cancer 2024. Anything that they need to see and hear for their highest and best good throughout the year ahead. Look at that. We have the element of change, Cancer. Something is shifting. Something is changing. And look at this on the bottom. I'm just going to take one more for you, is freedom, right? And I think that these changes are absolutely setting you free. If you were trapped, if you were stuck, if you were feeling stagnant, these changes are actually very blessed. I know that Cancer does not necessarily love changes because they kind of like consistency. They like things to kind of be reliable and all that, but these changes are good for you. These changes are actually going to be very freeing. And then, I was looking at the Jupiter cycles, right now it's in Taurus. Later into the middle of 2024, it's going to be in Gemini. And so that means in the middle of 2025, Cancer, Jupiter is headed into your sign, which is very blessed for you. So really anything that's going on this year or next, it's getting you ready for some really big expansive growth, some really prosperous energy coming back around. Let's get some astrological cards. We're going to just dig a little bit deeper into that energy to see what else may be influencing you this year. And look at that void, of course, moon. Aha! So Cancer, pay big attention to the void of course moons this year because, void of course moons are little pockets where the moon is lagging between signs, and those void of course moons can last a few minutes up to almost a day long. They're like a mini Mercury retrograde. I always say that. And when you pay attention to those void of course moons, and they are in these little pocket calendar, yeah, they will show you the void of course moon cycles. Those are going to help you a lot to know, like, what's a good day to plan a meeting? What's a good day to go on a date? What's a good day to go out? What's a good day to just rest, right? Because you'll know where your strongest energy is. Ooh, look at this Saturn return. Saturn returns happen about every 28 to 29 years. They are related to Capricorn because they're ruled by Saturn. But age and wisdom come with the Saturn return. Maturity comes with the Saturn return. So something is shifting to make you learn, to make you grow. You're becoming wiser. Ooh, and we have the earth element. We've got stability. So earth element is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, right? These are all our earth signs. But I feel like you are learning about your own processes better. That's why that void of course moon is. It's like you are learning when you are more up, when you are more down, how to honor your own energy. And it's bringing you wisdom. It's bringing you growth and maturity. And so as this earth element comes in, that actually stabilizes you so much more. And look at this. Oh my gosh. On the bottom of the deck, we have the solar eclipse. The revolution is here for Cancer. Oh my goodness. So yes, solar eclipses, like I said, there's going to be 2 of them, both coinciding with a new moon, one in Aries, one in Libra. These are going to encourage you to learn, again, more about your own self. your own identity, and as well as how to relate better in love, in social situations, to friends. All of that's coming up for you. So next, let's get into an ancestor or a spiritual guide. I always pull these for each month for all our signs, but this is going to be a special one that's just for you, Cancer. This is going to be the one that's, you know, kind of presiding over the entire year, kind of in that background, just, you know, consistently guiding and having your back, someone that you can call on. Oh, I love her. She's one of my favorites. We have Bridget coming up here. Inner strength. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. So Bridget's a very special one for me and for a lot of folks. She is an Irish saint, but she's also really an Irish goddess. And before she was sainted by the church, she was, you know, a goddess to, you know, the indigenous people. And so she has those deeply pagan roots. And when, you know, the church kind of moved in and tried to start, you know, pushing a new religion into the culture, the people just said, we're not getting rid of Bridget. You can't make us do it. And they had no choice but to, you know, give her a sainthood, because people would not stop honoring Bridget. They were like, nope. So she has this very enduring power, which I love about her. It's like she has endured throughout all those changing, you know, times and cultures and traditions and all of that. She is, you know, the woman who got, you know, she's the goddess that guards the hearth, the home. And Cancer, you are so much about the hearth and the home, right? So I feel like whatever your home situation may be throughout this year, it's like you're extra blessed here, you're extra protected. And she is also, funny enough, she's really a goddess of the fire and the water, because she guards the sacred wells, the sacred water. And you are a water sign that is very connected to the home and hearth. So absolutely, Bridget is your gal this year. She is amazing. You know, you could even get the little, like, this is the traditional, the Bridget's cross. Many people put those, you know, over the hearth or by a fireplace. Whether you have one or not, it doesn't matter. That's a great one for you. Oh my goodness. Very exciting. Let's get into your animal spirit guide this year as well. See which special animal will be encouraging and uplifting you. Oh, I love it. The pig spirit. Use your mind wisely. I can say so much about the pig spirit. I personally just think they're so smart and they're so cute. And very tough too. You know, the pig to me also relates to the boar, and the boar is a very strong warrior spirit in Celtic lore. You know, I love that this particular card, the pig, has wings, because there's that old saying, you know, that'll happen when pigs fly, like it's an impossibility or some sort of miraculous event. So you may be seeing things, you might have sort of said to yourself, yeah, when pigs fly, I'll have that, or I'll do this. And you may find that these things that you never thought would happen are actually happening this year. It's like the blue moon almost, right? Expected the unexpected. And this is about using your mind wisely, because, you know, pigs are very intelligent. They're very intuitive. They're very sensitive. So yeah, what you put your mind to tends to grow this year as well. Pigs are also a symbol of luck in a lot of cultures, because, you know, their prosperity, you know, they always have enough, right? And they have a bit of a joyful spirit too. I really see pigs as having a joyful kind of spirit. I would also say that in the Chinese lunar cycle, the people born in the year of the pig or the boar is related to Scorpio energy. So they do go deep, right? To me, that energy is a energy of depth and intensity and emotional, what would I call it? like emotional depth. There's a better word for it. It'll come to me later. But there is that thing. It's they have more below the surface than you can imagine. I always say that about people born in the year of the pig. They are kind of like golden people, right? They might not seem super glamorous. They might seem kind of humble, like the pig isn't like a glamorous little creature, but they just got a heart of gold. That's what I say about that. And so, that energy is coming to you this year, Cancer. So let's get into next the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. I don't use this deck very often. I usually save it just for these New Year readings. But this is going to be your special sacred space, or where you are inhabiting, what you are inhabiting this year. What kind of environment or realm are you moving within this year, Cancer? Let's see what we've got. Ooh, beautiful. This is like the power card, like the card that, it's the name of the deck. There's the deck, Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. So we actually have the Hidden Worlds coming up. Changing consciousness, awareness, extrasensory perception. And we just said the pig, is very sensitive, right? There's a lot of sensitivity. Cancer is a very sensitive sign anyway. All water signs have that. But this year especially, you are walking in those hidden worlds, in the hidden places where maybe you never thought you'd go, or maybe you just didn't think that you could, right? But I feel like there's an embracing of believing in yourself more this year, Cancer. There is a maturity, there is a growth that has come with age, that has come with time. This reading might really relate to you more if you're at least 28, 29 years old. If you're over 30, this reading is going to relate to you more the older you are, in a way, because of that Saturn energy. It's like, if you've been around a little while, it's like you have really learned, you've grown. There's something that comes with maturity. And so your consciousness is shifting. Your awareness is leveling up here. Yeah, something about that is really changing. I love that card. Let's put him by the dragon. There. There we go. So we're going to jump into your tarot now. Like I said, we'll do a card for each month, and I'm clarifying each one with a second deck to get extra messages for you. So Spirit, let's see Cancer in the tarot 2024, January through December, please. 12 cards. Okay, we start with the 8 of Swords, Page of Cups, 5 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Justice, 7 of Cups, the World. Yep, there's that maturity. Ooh, 6 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Emperor, and the King of Wands. All right, guys. And we will talk about the cards that are on the bottom of the deck too, because I always do those. All right, so let's start out with the month of January. Cancer, we have the 8 of Swords. So I feel like there's something going on in your mind in this beginning of this new year. There's something that maybe you're overthinking that just will keep rolling around in your mind, and it is time to set yourself free from those illusory thoughts. Those thoughts are not real. They are such an illusion. You might feel like you have a lack of self-confidence, right? And it's kind of making you afraid to take action. So you've just been kind of sitting and spinning your wheels and overthinking. So it's time to take off the blindfold, right? It's time to set yourself free. And only you can do that. Only you can free yourself from your own thoughts, your own mind. So this is a great month for meditation and quieting and calming the mind so that you can feel deeper into your intuition. And, you may find that that just sets you free right out of those compulsive thoughts. And look at this, Seven of Cups. Wow. So this card is in here twice in this read. You could have a lot that you feel like you're sorting through. You might feel a little confused or overwhelmed by the options. I feel like this beginning of this year, you're actually maybe working through some procrastination, overthinking, feeling overwhelmed by the choices that you've got or need to make. But don't let that get you down. It's time to just start looking at each thing that you need to work on here, Cancer. Take it one by one. Some of the things you'll find are not that big of a deal and you can just let them go. They're not a big priority. And maybe one or two of them are, right? There is a lot of change, and I know that that can, like I said, it can really set Cancer off a little bit. It's kind of like, oh, I don't want to change. But the changes can be really good if you just confront them. Going into the month of February, we have the Page of Cups. So to me, this is loving, sometimes romantic and spiritual communication. This is definitely the beginning of something new when it comes to communicating love or romance. Could be a lot of those kind of messages back and forth. There could be more social events coming up or invitations happening. It's very strong Pisces energy. So I always say, you know, feel it out. Feel it with your heart. You'll know who the right people are to talk to and communicate with. Yes, very sensitive month. Look at that. Like I said, the intuition is super strong. High Priestess is one of your power cards, Cancer, so your intuition is very heightened. Your sense of romance, your moodiness might be, you know, really high. You might feel like oversensitive. You might feel like things just get to you a little bit more. So that's why it's really important that you listen to your heart, listen to your soul. Because you'll know the right thing to do, the right thing to say. Going into the month of March, Pisces season, getting into the Five of Swords. Cancer, this is a classic, you know, stand up and fight for it or turn and walk away. I always say, though, with the Five of Swords, this is a very, very strong warning of, like, don't hang out with the wrong crowd, right? The kind of people that will hurt you, stab you in the back, step on you to get ahead, lead you into bad habits or habits you're trying to avoid. You know, this is the kind of thing like if you've had trouble with drinking or gambling or anything that you're really trying to let go, and then you've got these friends that are like not really friends and they're just like, hey, come do this with us. If they really cared about you, they wouldn't try to get you to go back to habits you're trying to release, right? That's what the Five of Swords is all about. So I would be very careful about who you hang out with, who you spend time with. If there's anything negative in your circle, you definitely might be letting that one go this month. Because look, there's so much better coming in. Oh my goodness. Absolutely. Like, it's like out with the old and in with the new. Spirit is bringing you like a huge blessing, better friends, better love, better social situations, and also just a happiness within your heart. I always say I'd rather, you know, spend time alone than spend time with people that are negative or situations that are not good for me. So even if you aren't, you know, with a lot of people around you, I think you're going to be a lot happier no matter what. Ace of Cups is just such a blessed card. It truly is. Going into the month of April, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So strong Virgo energy. It's very grounded. He is the most successful knight of the tarot because he takes his time. He plans accordingly. He plans ahead. He packs his snacks. He's not going to get hungry or dehydrated, you know. And so this again, you know, though, don't procrastinate on it too long. This is a definite balance card. It's like plan carefully and accordingly, but then you got to get going, right? Let's get a clarifier on him. And we have the Hermit. So strong Virgo energy. This could actually, for the month of April, this could be a very healing sort of journey for you this month. You might be spending some time to yourself. You might actually really need it. But the Hermit follows that star, you know, his personal truth, his personal freedom, his personal, you know, voice, and hears it very clearly. It is a healing time. It is a time where you really take care of yourself, maybe attend to your health, because the Hermit Virgo energy this is all about health, habits, routines, taking better care of your mind, your body, your soul. The mind-body connection is very, very strong here for that month. And, you know, funny enough, April 8th, we talked about the new moon, the solar eclipse in Aries. This is all about coming back to yourself, Cancer, and truly going on a journey of your own self-worth, your own self-discovery and determination. It's really nice. Getting into the month of May, we have justice, balance, Libra energy, right? So harmony being restored. Try to be objective with any decisions you have to make, right? Balance them both in those scales. This is acting with integrity, right? If you are in, you know, this is a very specific message, you know, for some of you, not all of you, but if you're in, you know, any kind of legal situation, or if you happen to be a lawyer, this could be a very strong month for you as well, because it does deal with those legal issues. But overall, I see justice as a great card, because it's like old wrongs being righted. If something was not fair in the past, you know, it's like fairness and justice are restored. It's a good month for you anyway, because, you know, month of May, most of that is Taurus season. It's very balancing for you, Cancer. And on top of that, we've got our Page of Cups coming out again. So we do have her twice, the Page of Cups. Very beautiful, emotional and spiritual talks. I mean, this, you know, if you're in a relationship, or, you know, a relationship is heating up, you might already be talking about marriage. You might be talking about engagement. You might be talking about, you know, making it legal, because we have the Justice card in there. Seven of Cups is coming up for the month of June. I would say yet again, you know, you've got this card twice. So there's definitely a need to make choices. Don't over procrastinate. Don't over analyze. It's time to get clarity on what you desire. It even has it on the card, and move forward. Might have too many options. You might, again, there could be a release of addictions. There could be a release of old habits. I'm seeing a lot of that already coming through in the first half of this year. So let's get a clarifier on our second Seven of Cups, please. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. So this is, you know, again, slow and steady wins the race. One day at a time, doing the very best work you can, putting in the effort towards what you want to see accomplished and manifest, right? So I would say even if you're a little wobbly on your choice, make a choice, right? Because if you get moving on it, you get working on it, it will become very clear if it's the right path or not. You will know, and you can adjust accordingly. So going into your own season here, Cancer, we have the World card. I feel like your solar return this year looks beautiful. Like this to me again, and we had that Saturn return card of wisdom, and you know, Saturn also rules the World card. So to me, this is winning the race. Like this is coming to a victorious conclusion on something. You've leveled up, you're learning, you're maturing, you're growing. Oh my goodness. Strong Capricorn energy with the World card because of that Saturn connection. We also have Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, you know, represented in the world. But it's time to be proud of yourself. It's like you've accomplished something. You've come through some sort of test or some sort of challenge, right? The World card is the last card in the major arcana, so it really is like, you know, the summarization. It's the victory after the journey. And we have the Chariot, your own power card. Yay, Cancer. July is a beautiful month indeed. So you may feel very much in your own power. You're feeling good. Things are moving forward. If you've come out of any kind of, you know, procrastination or self-work, internalized effort, you're really reaping the rewards right now, okay? So this is just like self-discovery, empowerment, coming to the end of a challenge, huge personal development, really understanding the two sides of your own self. And it doesn't stop. Going into August, we've got the Six of Wands, victory, recognized achievement, and success. This is a really couple of nice months. It really is. Something's being promoted. Something's being upgraded for you. Yeah. And it, you know, it didn't come easy, right? We've got 5 and 6 of Wands together, right? People might look at you and go, wow, Cancer really had the glow up. They suddenly just got great at something, or they just suddenly upgraded. And you're like, no, I've been working on this. This has been something that I've, you know, had going on for years. I've been dealing with these tussles and these inner tugs of war and these little, you know, battles that I've had to face. And, you know, it didn't come out of nowhere. It's been going on. That's always the funny thing, is people see when you're doing well and don't realize how many years of not doing well sometimes we had to go through to get there. So going into the month of September, 5 of Pentacles, I feel like this is sort of a temporary lull for you. You may be a little concerned about finances. There's a scarcity conscious energy around this 5 of Pentacles. It's really a card that says if you're having concerns about money, resources, etc., you know, or just staying spiritually or emotionally connected to spirit, to the ones you love, instead of staying outside and being alone, it's time to try a different approach. It's time to go within. It's time to go where it's warm, where it's safe, and you're going to have a much different experience when you change your approach, change your tactic here, Cancer. You may also be just going through a little bit of moodiness. You may, you know, we all go through that where we maybe doubt ourselves a little bit. But look at this Queen of Wands. You know, she's stepping in with that Leo energy. We had the Leo energy of the 6 of Wands the previous month. And she's kind of reminding you, Cancer, don't let a little setback set you down. Don't let your own natural moodiness that can come in, you know, make you feel like you haven't progressed that far, because you really have. You have really come a long way. It's like, remember your self-worth. Remember your value. Remember how beautifully you can shine. Going into the month of October, getting into the last part of the year, we have the Lovers card. So, you know, strong Gemini energy with the Lovers. Jupiter will be in Gemini by that point in the year. But to me, this is sort of like, I see this year, it's like there's decisions, you got to make choices, don't procrastinate. And if you don't, like, you really do, again, reap the rewards, because to me, the Lovers is like, you know, one of those big decision cards where it's like these little decisions will lead to a big decision that's important in your life. But this is, you know, the embracing of love, the embracing of deep friendships, better connections. It's, you know, choices that you make from the heart. So it's a beautiful card. And we have the 7 of Pentacles. Yes, you might be sowing some seeds, you know, alongside a lover or friend. You might really be working literally or figuratively on a garden together, growing something that will last the test of time. I could also see this as really a reminder to cultivate love, right? Don't ever take it for granted. Don't take friendships and good connections for granted. We have to put in the time. We have to put in the communication. The Lovers card is a huge communication card, right? Because Gemini loves to talk. So it's like, this is, to me, that's where love really begins, is with communication. When you talk well, when you share, that's the real thing. You know, communication is like the oxygen in a relationship. So if you don't talk enough with the people you love, October is a month to really come back and do that. November, we have the Emperor. So, you know, this to me is fire energy. It's Aries. It's action. It's determination. It's you really stepping up into a leadership role, taking charge of your own life. Wow. Yeah, we got a lot of fire. We got some super fire here at this end of this year. You're going out with a bang with 2024 here. And the Fool card, so taking the leap of faith, trusting in yourself. You have such a leveling up this year. It's like slowly but surely, Cancer, you're making decisions. And even if they're not perfect, it's like you learn from them and you grow and you mature and you get even better at making decisions. And then you have these big successes. You have these victories going on. And even if you feel a little down sometimes, it's like that's not enough to completely throw you off. And I feel like by the end of the year, you're really coming into your own. You're really stepping up into who you are, who you're meant to be, and you're really willing to take the leap of faith into the next level. And look at this. We've got the King of Wands for December. King of Wands to me is like the lower arcana emperor. You know, they're very similar. They both have that Aries fire. You know, this is the lunar year of the dragon. We got the little dragons on the throne here. It's very fiery. Dragon energy is Aries energy in the lunar cycle, equivalent to the Western astrology. Yeah. So motivated, inspirational, ambitious, stepping into those roles of leadership. Wow. Yeah. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to step into this power, Cancer. Oh, and look at that. It pays off. Really pays off to, I mean, as cheesy as it sounds, believe in yourself. Like seriously, 10 of Pentacles is about as nice as a card gets. You know, when you've got that, especially paired with like an Ace of Cups or a 10 of Cups, you know, that's like kind of winning the lottery more or less. It's like you've got the stability, you've got this, the balance, you've got the good friendships and relationships around you, you've got the wisdom of, you know, learning things from the past. On the bottom of the deck, the two decks, we do have the Hermit again. Again, this is a huge year of self-growth, self-awareness, self-healing. You're going to be doing a lot of healing from the inside out. You're going to be really cultivating new routines that are much more healthful and stabilizing for you. We also have the Judgment card. The Judgment card to me is the higher vibration of the Death card because it is the phoenix from the ashes, whereas the Death is like the ashes, right? This is really you rising up, feeling like you're getting a second chance at life in a lot of ways. Really beautiful year. I mean, everyone's got challenges. Everyone's reading so far has had, you know, their share, but there's so much positive coming in at the same time. That I would definitely pay attention to those. The hardest months of the year, I'm going to say, are going to be, well, January, honestly, because you're going to be making some decisions, getting out of your head more. You are going to be very sensitive in February, so I would really honor that. This Five of Swords, that could be a real turning point where you let go of some difficult people or some old challenging habits, but there's something really good coming in with that. You might have, again, little periods of indecision or moving through making some decisions here in the month of June and also, again, here in the month of September. But this September one is more about you remembering who you are, believing in your own strength, your own power, getting your confidence back. You might have a little bump and it's like, oh, wait a minute. I got through all this. I can do this. I got this. Some of the most rewarding months, let's face it, this one right here, oh my goodness, your own month, July, is incredible. I also think that August looks really good. I feel like April's a very empowering month where you really start to make a good plan for yourself. You're really healing and growing. And really the rest of the year looks amazing too. These last 3 months just look beautiful. So overall, I'd say this is a really nice year for you, Cancer. And like I said, this is just the warm up because, you know, 2025 is coming and Jupiter's going into your sign. And that's a beautiful time. Even if it's challenging, it's still a beautiful time because it's moving you into changes that are very blessed. So let's get some, speaking of blessings, let's get some blessings on this reading. Please, Spirit, what are you blessing Cancer on for 2024? A blessing to ease loneliness and bring companionship. Aww. And you know, when we looked at our doubling up, we did have the Page of Cups twice, right? And I really feel like that's, you know, you aren't going to be so lonely anymore, Cancer. There's something changing there. If you've been feeling really lonesome, if you've been feeling like you don't have anyone, that is not going to stay the same. Then we have a blessing to shield and safeguard you. Yes, you are very protected throughout this year. I do feel that. You know, the other thing that we had is doubled up is the Seven of Cups. That came out twice. So just keep in mind, you might have a lot of decisions to make this year. Just keep that in mind as well. And look at that, a blessing on a journey. So yes, you're definitely on a journey. There's new adventures. There's new ways of seeing things. You're probably going to be doing things maybe you never thought you would do this year or planning to do them. Very exciting. Gorgeous year ahead there, Cancer. My blessings to you on 2024, and I'll be talking to you again soon. Take care.